are new to my channel, please take a moment to subscribe. You could hit that bell as well so that when anytime new content that I post up goes out, you will be the first to know. And for those of you guys who are already subscribed, you're not new to this, you are true to this, welcome back. I'm actually going live a little bit earlier than what I normally do. And that's because your girl needs to get her sleep. I need to get my sleep. I've been doing this a little bit like later off into the evening. I get up really early in the morning and I just kind of got to get everything situated. That's right, not situated, but situated. And then also moving forward, the schedule's going to switch up a little bit. I might actually be doing it a lot earlier in the day. So I hope that works for everyone's schedule. And remember, even if you cannot catch me live, does not matter. You know, you could always hit that replay button, rewind it as many times as you need to, and then also leave comments down below. And oh my God, this whole time, can you believe I was just blocking with my big head? I was just blocking MJ. Hey, Marquise, how's it going? Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, shout out to Marquise. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but shout out. Hey. Thanks for joining me. So let me move out the way because I'm actually, or you know what? Let me move this over just a little bit. Can you guys see MJ? Can you see MJ okay? All right, that's what's up. All right, there we go. So you guys know it's kind of hard for me not to, I kind of feel like I should have put our Michael on this side. And for the fans of the purple one, okay, I don't want... I'm not trying to make no enemies. I do not want to get beat up in the parking lot by fans of the purple one, okay? I also like Prince's music. I am a huge Michael Jackson fan, yes. But I also do recognize the talent of the late, great Prince as well, okay, you guys? So I don't want any enemies. Let me back up. No enemies, no enemies. But yeah, so we cannot ignore the supposed, and I'm even going to put it as supposed, because we do know that a lot of times media has a tendency to kind of cook things, right? They have a tendency to kind of cook things. Yep. So true. So true. You cannot talk about one without talking about the other, right? And we have been so lucky to live in a time where we were living in the timeline where both were alive at one point at the same time on the planet. Let's take a moment to observe that. Yay. Hey, how's it going, Tyra or Tara? Hi. Hola. Hey, girl. Hi. Hey, Marquise. Shout outs to you both. And I'm so glad. Yay. I'm so glad you guys are commenting because this is the purpose of me going live. And actually, I guess it's great that I will be going live earlier because more of you guys are on. Lately, like for the past, I don't know, 3-4 days, I've been going live, but it's been later on in the day, in the nighttime. I think last night it was Jay. Shout out to you, Jay, if you're watching or if you watch this on replay. Me and Jay had a good convo in the live chat. But yeah, I actually like this. So hopefully by me going live earlier, shouts out, shouts out. Oh, really? Okay, Marquise. So this is Marquise's first time catching the live. So I'm so glad that you are catching it. I hope you like it. And just like what you said, just like you said, you can't really talk about Prince, not for too long without mentioning MJ. And eventually, even though Michael Jackson is just, in my opinion, okay, I don't want to get beat up, Purple Rain fans, but even though MJ, in my opinion, is in a class of his own, still, we cannot ignore the phenomenal talent of Prince as well. So usually hand in hand. So first of all, I want to raise the question of, do you guys really think, because I'm going to talk a little bit about Prince's reaction at two kind of pivotal times for Michael Jackson. I hope you guys can see me okay. I try to get my, since you guys, this may be your first time catching my live, like I always say, what I want to do is eventually I'll have my green screen in the background. So we won't have to worry about just trying to keep this little set going. Oh, but it's all good. It is all good. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, oh yeah, so at two kind of pivotal times for Michael Jackson, I thought that Prince's reaction was rather interesting. And if they were really rivals, like really, really rivals, I can't see Prince necessarily reacting in that way. Okay. And the two times I'm going to talk about is one in around 1993 when a lot of allegations around Michael Jackson was made public. And then, believe it or not, at least that's what they say, that Prince was rather like protective and defensive of a lot of scrutiny that Mike was facing in the tabloids. He was very sensitive to that, supposedly. That's what they say, which I thought was interesting because just think about it. If you have someone who you can't stand that you're like up against, and then suddenly like you see them being smeared, that's a time for you to do the cha-cha slide, right? That's the time for you to do do some kind of little dance, right? Because you didn't like the person anyway. So I thought that was a little interesting. And then of course, upon Michael Jackson's death, Prince was rehearsing. They say he was rehearsing at Paisley Park when he heard the news, and he just stopped rehearsal. He sent the band home and allegedly, just stayed locked up in his room for days and just would not come out. So to me, like, just think about it. Like, is that the real reaction of a person that really had a heavy rivalry going with someone? Like, I don't know, because I still never wish any enemies, anything negative, but just think about it. Like, if somebody who you've been at odds with, like really at odds with for many years, is that really going to be your reaction? I don't know. But so let's take it back a little bit, right? Okay, let's take it back. So, yes, that's what I heard. Yep. Right, exactly. So Marquise just brought up something also important, right? One of the things that I also heard, I'm sure you guys may have too, maybe not, that Prince was also supposed to be on Bad with Michael Jackson, and he declined because he didn't like the part about your butt is mine. And I did hear that, actually saw that, because I think it was an interview that he had with Chris Rock, Prince did. And he was saying how he didn't like the your butt is mine part. And he was like, he's not going to say that to me. And I'm sure not going to say that to him. So, like, I get it. Right. Yep. So Marquise heard the same thing. I mean, I don't know. So what do you, I don't know. What do you guys think? Marquise, anybody out there who watches this even afterwards, you guys could put your thoughts down in the chat. I mean, that potentially, if Prince had said yes to it, I think that could have potentially, I mean, I don't know. Prince's career never really needed help, per se. I don't think it would. I mean, I've heard, I hope the screen didn't just go dark on you guys. I don't know. Did it go dark? Right. It does always start like that, doesn't it? Okay, good. Okay, I'm glad the screen is fine. But yeah, I heard that too, very similarly. So Raja, which is very pretty, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, said that the Prince and Michael Jackson debates always start with Prince being the better musician, and thinks that it's crazy because I think they both were great. I do too, and I hate that. I hate that so many times, like, Prince had more of like a funk. Some of his stuff was like pop too, but he had like his own style, play the guitar, like his own sound. So like, why are we so quick to pin? Oh no, we got to have the screensaver, y'all. My screen went out. We can't have that. All right, this is I'm trying to give you all ambiance and scenery a little bit. Oh, but I'm dead serious. This is what we got. But yeah, I hate that too, because you're right. Like, they both were artists in their own right. They both were geniuses. They both, in my opinion, were prodigies. if we have to pin, if we got to play devil's advocate, yes, okay, I am undoubtedly a Michael Jackson fan. The Prince's music that I have heard, I have liked the songs. I'm just, I'm being honest. I don't want to get beat up. No Purple Rain fans. I don't own any Prince albums or anything like that. But there are some Prince songs that I like. But I do think that they both incredibly talented. Yes. And they did have their own styles. Yeah. I think it was fine that Prince wasn't in it either. Because I'm trying to picture it. Let me see. Yeah, it went away. I'm trying to picture it where like that opening scene, because I heard something about where the part that Wesley Snipes played was supposed to have been Prince. So I'm trying to picture that. That's kind of funny, you all. Let's take a minute. Let's picture that. I'm not saying that Prince couldn't have held his own. Yes, that was my favorite song too. That was my favorite song too. Ooh, you about to make me bust out into song. Diamonds and pearls. Boom, 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 boom. Every boy. Okay. I'll save my karaoke for another day. Oh, and I'll pre-warn you guys so your ears don't bleed or whatever. But yeah, that was one of my favorite Prince songs too. I would have music playing for you guys, right? Yes. I would have music playing for you guys, but with YouTube, it's always copyright issues, and because I have a whole like little ambiance spiel thing going. I don't know, but maybe one of my lives I will at least have like some type of little cocktail or something. I don't know. Since we'll kick it like besties, I'll have like a little cocktail. We have some music. Well, I can't have my music, but you feel me. But yeah, I can't really picture that. I think that Bad was perfect just the way that it went. I don't think that Prince not being in it like affected it at all. I mean, we could only guess and wonder since the two never really collaborated. But I mean, can you all picture Prince as playing that role that Wesley Snipes did in the beginning? I can't picture that. I don't know. And I'm not talking no shade thrown at Prince. It's just, I think things go the way that they're supposed to go. They just do. Now, did any of you guys actually see footage? I actually have it on my channel uploaded. The quality on certain parts isn't that great. The opening scene with Michael Jackson, when Michael Jackson and Prince both performed live on stage with James Brown. And I guess that was for what? I mean, you guys always say that the subscribers, the viewers, you guys are the real experts. I am just a content creator who happens to be a Michael Jackson fan, and I like to cover different content, but I always say you guys are the experts. I don't know if any of you all are aware of the footage that I'm talking about, that they claim actually sparked and started the rivalry. I don't know. But it was in 1983 when, I guess it was James Brown. I don't know if it was his birthday or if it was just a celebration to, just appreciate all of, the success of James Brown has had over the years. It's just also being another mega talent that has influenced Michael Jackson and so many others. But it was some sort of big celebration on stage. And Prince, let me see. Chris Rock actually did it. Yeah. Yes, he did. So Raja was saying that, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, it's very pretty. Said that the interview with that Prince did say your butt is mine, and that it was unpredictable and he turned it down. Yeah. I'm sorry, not unpredictable, unacceptable, and he turned it down. And Chris Rock said that Thriller has some bad songs. Yeah, you know what? I mean, like, and I do kind of get this, and I'm not trying to spur on at all. And I do know what interview you're talking about too, Raja. I know exactly which one. We were talking about that just a little bit before. But just thinking about it, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If I was Prince, I don't know, and maybe that's just total ego. I don't know if I would have taken that. I don't know if I would have wanted to have that part in it either. Think about it. Like, even if it wasn't a real rivalry, right? Not really, really. But media is putting it out to be like, okay, that we're at odds or whatever. We're two, talents going head to head. And then I put myself in a song where I'm like, kind of like the add-on. I'm not the main dish. And in the end, of course, it's established that we know, like, Michael's the baddest is what it is. Like, the question is really answered. Like, it's MJ, Hey, how's it going? Faiza-san. Faiza-san. I hope I'm pronouncing stuff right. Hey. But yeah, think about it. I mean, I'm just, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong. Prince having turned down Mike, although I think it worked out because bad was bad. It was great. And I mean bad in the best possible sense. And he didn't really necessarily need Prince on there, but I kind of don't blame Prince for turning him down just because, I mean, just given like, it's like a question raised, who's bad? And it would have been established. It's, so I kind of get it. We're all, thank you. Back at you. But yeah, I kind of get it. So, but and that's no shade or anything like that, but I get it. But, what else? Oh, okay. So then there's another, which I thought was hilarious. Maybe I just have a really silly, sick sense of humor. And I think Prince did it to be funny to Michael. But this was kind of funny to me. So supposedly Quincy Jones, and when I read this, I thought it was very funny. I kind of cracked up. So Quincy Jones felt like the two mega talents, like there's no reason for them not to know each other. So they supposedly should know each other. So Quincy Jones arranged for Prince to meet Michael Jackson at Michael Jackson's family estate home in Encino somewhere, right? So Prince shows up, and when he shows up, like, they're kind of like checking each other out. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So they're supposedly, when they have their meeting at Michael Jackson's family's estate, they just kind of like have this kind of like face off, like, I guess that's what it is. Like when you don't really talk that much, you just kind of look at each other, you kind of measure each other up. Supposedly, I wasn't there. Supposedly that was the feeling of that whole meet. And then, okay, so also Prince was supposedly hitting on LaToya off and on because he liked her. And then at the very end, but Michael Jackson had to sing. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm trying. You're so right. You are so right. Marquise makes a huge point that, two very different talents. I'm going to go back to the meeting in the part that I laughed at in a second because I thought it was hysterical. But I just want to touch on really quick what the Marquise just put in the chat, which was so true. Like, Prince knew how to play instruments. Michael Jackson did not, at least from what we know, he did not. But Michael Jackson knew how to sing and dance, and his music was just somehow just put the entire world in a trance. I think that, and I'm not saying this is not the case, but we know that we could travel anywhere outside of the United States and people would still know who Michael Jackson was. You could probably find several different types of impersonators for Michael Jackson, from in China to countries in Africa, United States, anywhere you could think of, Europe, people, and still he's quite relevant. And I'm not taking it away. I'm not at all like trying to take away any of the fan base that Prince has, because Prince is huge. I don't know if it's just more of a national thing though. I've never really done my research. Now, for my Prince fans, you guys could show up in the comments and let me know. Now, maybe Prince is huge still in other countries, you know, outside of the United States. I don't know. But if we just had to do like a little, make them go toe to toe, battle it out, right? So true. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So I guess you're talking about Michael Jackson has a statue. He has a statue, an army in Russia, and the statue. Okay, I didn't know that. I believe it. I completely believe it. Just huge, huge. Like he breaks so many different. And if for you guys that do subscribe to me, yeah, that's huge. I don't know. And the comments should show up in replay. So for you guys that are not catching this live, for my other subscribers and just people that are tuning in that are leaving excellent comments in the chat, you guys still should be able to even still read those comments post the live, right? Because I think all of that gets saved. So I hope you guys do check out some of these comments that are being made in the chat. Very insightful. A lot of stuff I didn't know. Remember, like I say, I never claimed to be an expert. I'm just a content creator who's a huge Michael Jackson fan. But I didn't know about the statue and the army and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not shocked at all. But yeah, but I'm not at all trying to diminish Prince's talent or his fan base, because I don't know. I haven't really done research on, you know, his reach outside of the United States. Maybe it's up there. I have no idea, but I do know for a fact that that Michael Jackson just broke all boundaries. That's why I kind of hate it when people are so quick to compare contemporary artists with Michael Jackson. They're so quick to, because someone could go, you know, a little bit in their voice or what. I don't even know. I'm trying to like sing because they can do a little this, or because they dance pretty smooth, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, you know, he's as big as Michael, or, you know, just as talented. I'm not saying there aren't other talented artists out there at all, but I am saying that I would need to see impersonators of that artist in a cave somewhere in Afghanistan, okay? Because Michael had that kind of reach. You could go anywhere. You could, you know, I'm being silly, but you could go outside. You could be on the moon. And if it was aliens on the moon, they probably heard of Michael Jackson. I'm just saying. Don't beat me up. I'm just saying. But still, not to diminish the two, because they both kind of go hand in hand. But back to my story that made me laugh. And for you guys that know your stuff, this might not be new, what I'm about to tell you guys, but it was new for me when I read it, and I thought it was freaking hilarious. Prince really had a sense of humor. He's funny. So with this meeting that Quincy Jones arranged at Michael Jackson's house, at Michael Jackson's family's estate in Encino, what he did, right? Yes, so true. Yes. I agree. Yes. Excellent comments too by Marquise, you guys. Well, everyone who's left comments, but yeah, for those of you guys who tune in later, do read the comments down below. But yeah, I thought it was so funny because, okay, so they stared each other down, Prince, supposedly. I mean, I'm just reading what is rehashed by, you know, could be false. I don't know. But supposedly they stared each other down, said very little to each other, Prince and Michael Jackson, at this meeting, arranged meeting. Prince was flirty with LaToya because supposedly he kind of had a thing for her. And then at the very end of the meeting, Prince handed Michael Jackson a gift. Which sounds nice, right? You come to somebody's home or whatever, first time meeting, you give them a gift. He gave him a little small box that had a couple of twigs in there and a cassette tape that had some satanic chants on it. I'm sorry. I'm so silly. I'm so immature, you guys. I know I need to grow up. I'm way too old to be acting like this, but that was funny as hell to me. Anybody else think that was funny? I'm sorry. It's so silly. if I was Michael Jackson, it would have scared me. But then after the fear finally like left, and I prayed however many times after receiving that gift, I probably would have found some humor in it, because Prince was wrong for that. He was so wrong for that. He probably got good laughs. I can only imagine Michael Jackson's reaction, like, what the fuck is this? He opened up the box like, what the fuck? I can only imagine. But he gave him a gift. So what was he like trying to show him? He gave him the evil eye, or that he put like a voodoo root on him or something? I don't know. But I just thought that was so silly and so freaking funny. And it was so wrong. It was so wrong. But I guess that's just a little glimpse into Prince's humor, I'm guessing, unless Prince really was like some type of, I don't know, voodoo king or something, which I don't think he was. I think it was like a gag gift, I guess, to scare somebody. I don't know, but just silly. But I got good laughs out of that, you guys. I don't know. I need to grow up. I'm too old. He laughing at shit like that. But anyway, but yeah, so I'm wondering, like, if it was a real feud, like even if, let's just say, it isn't a real feud, it isn't a real rivalry, a lot of times the press can they could actually fuel a fire where there isn't one. Like, I remember back in the day with Brandy and Monica, supposedly both said that there was no feud going on, but it was so like written about that, like, you can't have two people that are doing well in the same space in the same time, so it has to be some kind of rivalry. They both denied it very, like, vehemently, like they were like, no, it isn't. And then they came out with the song together where they did collaborate. And then they kind of played on the whole idea that there was a rivalry with The Boy Is Mine, which I thought was cute. Like, that's, So I just wonder, to a certain degree, if the rivalry, if that was like straight legit, or if it was a lot of just the press fueling and like blowing stuff up. I don't know. For my experts that maybe have a few more like, insights on it that maybe you guys have read, or you just know certain things, please feel free to leave it in the chat, because I do read your comments, and others will read your comments as well. But I just thought that was really interesting. And then think about it. Like I say, if it's someone that you really are at odds with, not that you ever should wish anyone ill will at all, because I believe whatever you put out, you probably get back anyway. But if you're really at odds with someone, would you have that kind of reaction upon hearing, like, that's what they claim, that Prince really did lock himself up in his room and did not want to come out for days, after hearing about Michael Jackson's death, which means, in my opinion, that he took it really hard. So, and then two, also, if you're really at odds with someone and then all of a sudden somebody's getting all this bad press. Hey there, Cameron. Yes, he is. I agree. Said Michael Jackson's a legend to all the people in the world. And I completely agree. Yes. I agree. He had that certain reach that I still, maybe, I don't know well, I do know it's a once in a lifetime sort of phenomenon. Like, the type of impact that Michael Jackson had was that kind of like once in a lifetime. I don't know if, the next 100 years or whatever, then someone else comes along with that kind of impact. And I'm not just talking about talent, because I'm not trying to take away any of, any accolades from Prince, because I believe Prince was a prodigy. I do believe he was a prodigy, but when we talk about the level of reach, like Mike, I mean, like I say, you could go anywhere. All right, you say you could be a Michael Jackson impersonator, okay, and start having a tribute show spectacular. I love it, and I love to see it. If you ever do, Cameron, if you ever do a Michael Jackson impersonator thing, I hope that you upload it to YouTube so we can watch, or go live. I would support you. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yes. But yeah, Mike just had like a certain reach that just once in a lifetime. What can I say? Yeah, that's true. I have not. That is so true. So if you guys get a chance, read Marquise's comment. And that's a true point. I have not. Now, for the Prince fans that show up, my purple fans of the purple one, you guys let us know if we're wrong. But Marquise just made a really good point. I don't really see Prince impersonators. You see Michael Jackson impersonators. Okay, on Instagram. Okay, Cameron. Well, I'm on Instagram as well. I'm under I am Lilah Michelle. I'll have to check you out. Industry because wait. I don't have on my glasses, y'all. I'm sorry. I know you all say, damn, read faster, girl. Can you? Okay, I think the Prince was affected in the industry because of Michael Jackson headshot and down spotlight. Yeah, that is true. Well, yeah, Mike did start like he grew up in the industry, so that's true too. He's been around for a while. Raja. Raja. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Beautiful name. Did just make a good point too that Mike kind of grew up in the spotlight. That's true too. He did. He had been on the scene, perfecting, working hard. Since he was 5? I think that's what you said. 5. I think it wasn't it around 5? Yeah, I think so. Yep, 5 years old. Yep. So, but just to go back to the other point, and you guys, Purple Rain fans that might watch this later, please leave your comment down below because I have not seen Prince impersonators. I'm not saying they don't exist. Billie Jean from the Quality Mixes. Okay, and then also you guys, when you get a chance, check out Cameron's. He's going to do Michael Jackson on Instagram, right? But he says he's been asking about the 90s mix of Billie Jean. Okay. But like I say, when you get a chance, maybe if you want to leave your details in the comments down below so anybody who watches it later who wants to catch it on Instagram can check it out. Oh yeah, also you guys, just to say, I am also I'm on Instagram. I just started it recently. I've been on Instagram, but I had it under a different project, but actually under my Lilah Michelle, I have it as I am Lilah. No. Godly, I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's I am Lilah Michelle on Instagram, but I do have some stuff up. I'm also on TikTok under Lilah Michelle. You guys can check me out. I don't want to pull this down just yet, but at the very end, I'm actually going to pull it up on my screen, my TikTok account. And then also my website. Do check out LilahMichelle.com. On there, it kind of has a nice mix of everything from merch that you could buy, but it also has media. And on the media, it actually shows different links to my TikTok, to my Instagram, and as well as to YouTube. And I know with the whole TikTok, I have to whisper TikTok because we don't know if it's going to get banned or not. I hope not. God damn it. I hope not. And if you guys are not afraid to check it out, to go on TikTok, please do. But it's a nice mixture, even though I've kind of dedicated my YouTube to MJ. I do call myself a celebrity entertainment content creator. And that's because literally the content that I create is around celebrities and entertainment. But always, as you guys read in my bio, I say I'm always going to dedicate to my very favorite entertainer of all, which is Michael Jackson. So, and there is Michael Jackson content on there as well, but I have other types of content, and that content usually somehow is weird. Just all of it kind of somehow links back to Michael Jackson in a way. I have Chris Tucker. I have other people on there. Some of them are talking about MJ. I have MJ clips and stuff like that. So you guys can check that out. But what were we saying? People in the... Oh, yeah. So I don't know. I've never seen a Prince impersonator. I've seen people dress up as Prince, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all because I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get beat up in the parking lot by a Prince fan. There was a Michael Jackson celebrity. That's so true. That would be funny. But you know what? It doesn't even really need to be a Michael Jackson celebrity clothing store, because in a lot of stores, like, I don't know, depending on where you guys are at, you would know, but like there's places like Hot Topic, which is, I usually put up Hot Topic, but no, it's different. But they have like, and not just Hot Topic, but like these different malls and stuff. A lot of times we'll have MJ merch and stuff like that that you could buy. Just shows the reach. And maybe some prints. Actually, okay, where I'm at, I know they always talk about safety, so I try not to say too much about like my location. But Prince, they had a whole Prince setup, and I think it's going around from like city to city, and I think it just left my city, Chicago. Hey, it just left Chicago, but it was like this whole like homage to Prince, which I thought, and I had actually planned to check it out just because, why not? I'm not, like I say, I don't feel like you can't appreciate other artists if you're a Michael Jackson fan or whatever. I did not get a chance to check it out, but I think like the setup of it, because they like took this whole big large space and had it as like almost like a Prince museum. And then that left, so I don't know what city it's in now. If the Prince Museum is in your city, maybe you could write it down, type it into the chat, you guys. And if you checked it out, hey, that's even better. Say if you liked it or not, if you felt they did Prince justice. I don't know. What else? Oh yeah, so we talked about the Prince impersonators. I don't know. Only time I've seen people dress up as Prince, which I thought was pretty cool and clever, has been for like Halloween. I have never seen any Prince impersonators. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not, saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying I have never seen them. I don't know. Although I think in Vegas probably. But I mean, just like how you see MJ impersonators, you could be walking down the street and there's somebody dancing on the corner, dressed up as MJ or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that. But then what else? Any other important? Oh, and then very last little Prince Michael Jackson feud incident that I heard about. Maybe you guys have more details on it. Was a ping pong game, if I'm not mistaken. You guys know more about it, please do leave your comments down below. But supposedly, somehow, I don't know if Prince was practicing. At least this is how I heard it. Prince was rehearsing, practicing somewhere, and Michael Jackson just kind of showed up. And when he showed up, I guess it was chill at first. Somehow they started playing ping pong, and Prince started getting aggressive. And I guess he was beating Mike, and then he wanted to do like a grand slam where you hit the ball, but it pounces back, and I don't know. They claim Mike ducked and then left with his bodyguards because Prince was just doing too much. So I don't know. But even still, aside from it all, if the rivalry was real, I know that I love that in the end, that at moments when it really counted, that they were more allies opposed to, being, for at least they claim that Prince was very protective and kind of came to Mike's defense in 1993 when he was under so much scrutiny with different allegations and just the way he was treated in the tabloids, which, Prince could have used that as an opportunity to kind of just exploit that and run with it if he was really ill-hearted like that at the time. And apparently he wasn't. And for him to be as impacted as he was upon hearing about Michael Jackson's death, to me, is an indication that whatever rivalry they did have had to have been more like surface level and nothing too deep, because you're not going to be that affected by somebody who you couldn't stand anyway, if that was the case. So I'm led to believe it wasn't anything you know, anything too serious. I think whatever they had happening going on was more surface level than anything. But if you guys have a differing opinion, that's perfectly all right. I'd like to hear it. Like I say, leave comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. But please do, like I say, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's be besties, right? Come on back. I'm trying to make this live more regular. Usually this is around the time that I've been going live, but I do believe in the coming probably couple of weeks, my schedule is going to change a bit. So it's going to be a little bit sporadic. I'll try to give you guys a heads up when I know that I'm going to be going live, but you know, so let me exit out of this. And I want to just at least, so you guys can at least see, can you guys see that? Okay. So at least you guys can see my website, which I call myself having up a little bit. But anyway, so this is my TikTok. I gotta say it in a whisper since it may possibly be banned. Can you guys see it okay? Can you guys see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. I hope you guys can see it. But anyway, my TikTok is under Lilah Michelle. And then if you guys also just want to check out my regular website, can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, it's LilahMichelle.com, but it's nice because it has a nice mix where you could go to merch. I didn't actually mean to go out of it. Let's go back. But anyway, you could scroll through it, and as you scroll through it, you could click to shop all. There's a lot of MJ themed, but different, like some of it's just celebrity themed stuff. And then media, right? And like I said, this kind of has my different social links on it as well. And then if you guys want to contact me, please feel free to leave your contact information and hit subscribe. Because like I say, anytime new, whatever it is, merchandise, new content gets uploaded, you'll be the first to know. And then if you hit contact, if you guys hit contact, then it also takes you here where you guys can also contact me via my Gmail, which I check all the time, which is LilahMichelle3@gmail.com. And you guys can, you know, connect with me that way, hit submit, and stay connected. Well, anyway, you guys, let me see. I had so much fun with you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I enjoyed the conversation. And this is, to me, what live is all about. I'm so glad that, you know, we're able to have this back and forth, because otherwise I could just, you know, pre-record and then just, you know, but I love to actually hear what I care about, and I love hearing what you guys think on these different topics. Like I say, you all are my experts. You know, I'm just a little content creator trying to live my life, you know. Oh, thank you. God bless as well, right? And hearts back to you. Thank you so much, Raja. And thank you everyone who, you know, was part of this live, who left comments, very insightful comments. And I'm sure all of your comments will be able to be seen. I know it's going to take a little bit after I end this live, which I'm about to do. It's going to take a little bit for this to process, but your comments still should be visible later. So, all right, you guys, don't forget to, for anyone who watches this later, check out the comments down below. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.